Hi, I'm Craig Murphy. If you had a fall at a Las Vegas casino and you were injured, stay tuned to this video. I am going to give you all of the essential elements that you must prove in order to win your Las Vegas casino slip and fall claim. Stay tuned. Welcome to today's session of Murphy's Law School. Today we are going to discuss the essential elements that you need to prove in order to win your Las Vegas casino slip and fall claim. If you want a comprehensive analysis of what you have to prove in order to win your Las Vegas casino slip and fall claim and the manner in which the Las Vegas casinos defend those, you can go to a prior video of mine, which is the comprehensive guide to Las Vegas casino slip and falls. That will tell you everything that you need to know. However, today's session is going to be the essential elements. So let's get to it. Class is now in session. In Nevada, just because you fell at a Las Vegas casino and were injured doesn't mean that they are responsible for your injuries and damages. Instead, in order for you to have a valid and legitimate claim for your injuries and damages due to a fall at a Las Vegas hotel or casino, you have to prove that they were negligent. And we are going to go through the essential elements of what you have to prove in order to establish that they were negligent and that their negligence is what caused your injuries and damages. So, the first thing that you have to do is, as I just said, you have to prove that the Las Vegas casino was negligent and that their negligence is what caused your fall and that that is what caused your injuries. And in order to do that, you must prove the following. You must prove that there was a dangerous condition. Now, what do I mean by a dangerous condition? That there was some type of hazard that caused you to fall. In other words, you didn't trip and fall over your own feet. You didn't forget how to walk and you just started falling. Instead, there was a dangerous condition that caused your fall. That could be a slippery floor because there was a janitor that was mopping and didn't put out cones or warnings so that you knew that when you hit that slippery, soapy floor, you were going to slip and fall. Or it could be that there was a torn carpet, that there was a broken stair, that there was something there that was out of the ordinary that created a dangerous or hazardous condition, and that hazardous or dangerous condition is what caused you to fall and to be injured. So that is the first element that we must prove. The second thing is we have to prove that that dangerous or hazardous condition was caused by the casino. Again, the classic example of that is their janitor who's like Homer Simpson, who's over there mopping up the floor with soapy, sudsy water and doesn't put up any cones or any type of warning signs to give you advance notification that the area is slippery and dangerous. Or that the janitor was there and they mopped and they picked up all of the warning cones and they take off, but the floor is still wet and slippery and soapy. They've removed all of the warnings. So when you come along, you hit it, boom, down you go and you're injured. That is the classic example of when the casino caused the dangerous condition. If the casino did not cause the dangerous condition, you have to prove that the casino knew about it. In other words, there is a customer of the casino that is there and they have one of those big drinks and they drop it and they spill it all over the floor. And the casino happens to know about it because an employee saw it or came walking by, or somehow the casino discovered it and they know that it's there. And instead of that employee staying there and making sure that everybody walks around the slippery condition, they take off to go get the janitor, and they leave no type of warning or notification that that area is slippery, and you come walking along, you hit it, and boom, you go down. They knew about it. They didn't do anything to protect you. The next thing is that if they did not create the condition, and if they did not know about it, then we have to prove that that condition existed for such a length of time that in the exercise of ordinary care, a prudent casino operator would have found out about it and taken care of it or warned you. And typically, the way that we prove that is because of the eye in the sky. We all know that the casinos are videoing everything that is going on inside of the casinos, and they know what's going on. And if we're able to get the video and it shows that a half an hour before, someone was walking along with one of those big drinks and they spill it all over and they just keep walking, and the casino does nothing to do about it, and they have employees that are walking by, or again, they don't do anything to discover it. They're more worried about watching their money and what's going on at the gaming tables instead of keeping all of the guests in their casino safe, and they just let it go. We will have an opportunity to prove that it existed for so long that in the exercise of ordinary and reasonable care, they should have discovered it, they should have cleaned it up, or at a minimum, they should have got some cones and some warnings out there to make sure that everybody walked around it. So those are what we have to prove in order for you to be able to establish that there was some type of negligence on the part of the casino, because there is not strict liability. In other words, strict liability would mean you fell at their casino, you were injured, you incurred medical bills, you had expenses, you had lost wages, and because you fell there, they were responsible. That is not the way that it works under Nevada law. Under Nevada law, we have to prove that they were negligent. And the elements are that they caused the dangerous condition, they knew about the dangerous condition, or the dangerous condition lasted for such a length of time that in the exercise of ordinary care, they should have found out about it, they should have cleaned it up, or they should have warned you. Then you have to prove that that dangerous condition is what actually caused your fall. Again, you didn't fall because you tripped over your own feet, or that you were not paying attention and you stepped off or missed a stair, or for some other reason that you weren't paying attention or you were impaired, or whatever the circumstances are, that it was not your fault, it was the fault of the casino. Then you also have to prove that the fall is what actually caused your injuries. And many times what the casinos do is they will review all of your medical records. They will scour them with a fine-tooth comb, trying to find anything in your medical records that said you had that injury before, that you had that condition before, so that they aren't responsible for it. If your fall resulted in a broken hip, a broken arm, a broken wrist, a broken ankle, a broken kneecap, something like that, it's almost impossible for them to prove that that was not caused by the fall. But if you're complaining about back pain, neck pain, or some other type of injury that is not like a broken bone that can be immediately detected, they will go through your medical records and they will try and establish that you had a pre-existing condition and that they are not responsible for it. So how do we go about proving these essential elements of your Nevada slip and fall claim at a Las Vegas casino or hotel? Here is what we have to prove. We have to prove who caused it. Again, that the dangerous condition was caused by the hotel or casino or one of their employees, or that it was caused by someone else and the casino knew about it, or it existed for such a length of time that in the exercise of ordinary care, they should have found it and they should have cleaned it up. So we need to figure out and prove who it was that caused it. We also need to prove what it was. What was it? Was it Again, a liquid, a soapy liquid because their janitor was out there mopping. Was it a drink that was spilled by another patron? Was there a drinking fountain that was broken and leaking water all over the floor? We need to figure out what it was that caused the dangerous condition. When you're there at the casino, you need to establish where it was that it happened. What part of the casino? Was it on the casino floor? Was it in the parking garage? Exactly what was the location where the dangerous condition existed? And the way that you do that is obviously you have to look at your surroundings and know where you are so that you can later, when it comes time to document this, establish where it was. Again, when did the dangerous condition start? Was it started by the janitor? Was it started by the person who dropped a drink? Was it a broken drinking fountain? Was it a torn carpet? And if the carpet is torn and your foot gets caught in it, was it something that they tried to repair by putting down some duct tape? Or oftentimes in the casinos, they will have something, a special event going on, and they have electrical devices, lights and things like that, and they put tape down to tape down the cords. And if those cords start coming up and the tape starts coming up, that is a dangerous condition that they did not properly attach the tape and the cords to the ground. And it is a condition that they created. But you need to look at it and see if the tape is all got stuff all over it, or is it something that just started to happen? All of these things are very important. Then you need to be able to prove how it was that you fell, because they always want to know what the mechanics of your fall were. Was it a slip injury where your feet just went out from under you and boom, you went down? They will ask you, which foot was it that you stepped with first? Did both feet slide? Was it one foot? Did you go down on your knee? Did you go down on your hip? Did your feet go up in the air? They will want to know what the mechanics are, because oftentimes they will defend these cases by saying that the injury that you are claiming could not have been caused by the type of fall that you had. And I know that these things happen so fast. You're walking along, you hit a slippery area, up you go and down you go. But when their lawyers question you, they expect to know which foot it was, how long it slipped, did both feet slip? So if you have any recollection or memory of the mechanics of your fall, you should remember those, because those are the type of things that will be important for you to establish your injuries and your damages from your slip and fall in the Las Vegas hotel and casino. When you have a fall at a Las Vegas hotel or casino, as we said earlier, you have the obligation to prove that they were negligent and that their negligence is what caused your fall and your injuries. So how do you go about doing that? How do we establish that the Las Vegas Hotel and Casino was responsible for your fall and for your injuries? And this is what you must do every time. If you don't do this, you put your claim in jeopardy. The first thing is you need to report your fall to the casino. They need to know about it. You don't want to fall, and when most people fall, they're embarrassed. They feel as though somehow or other it is their fault and they're embarrassed about it, and they just want to get up and they want to go away. You might have a pain in your hip, a pain in your back, a pain in your neck, but you get up and you want to go on about your vacation and be with your friends and go to the show or go gambling or go to dinner or whatever else that you're going to do, and you don't report it to the casino. But you need to report it to the casino for a number of reasons. Number one, they have to have notice about the fact that you fell and you have a potential injury claim. The other reason is their video is always recording over itself. And if you don't point it out to them that you had a fall and a potential injury, they are not going to preserve that video, and it can get recorded over. So you want to make sure that you report your fall to them so that they preserve the video and that you can establish that you told them. Otherwise, they get millions of people going through there every year. They'll say, how do we know you fell here? You could have fell anywhere. So you have to report it. The next thing you do is when you report it, you also have to fill out an incident report. You need to make sure that they have all of your contact information, that they have all of the information about your fall that is pertinent. Oftentimes, the security guards at the casino will be the ones that are filling everything out, and you will tell them what it was that caused your fall and the other information. They don't always accurately write it down. The security guards are trained how to make the report so that they protect the casino. They don't protect you. And one of the ways that you can tell that they do that, as soon as they come out, they start asking to look at your feet. Let me see your shoes. And they start taking pictures of your shoes. Again, what they are doing is setting up their defenses so that they can deny your claim. And what you need to do is, from the very beginning, is make sure that you're adequately documenting the claim and what it is that caused you to fall. And you do this by making sure that the report is accurate. Also, when you're there, you want to collect evidence. That means taking photos of the area where you fell, taking photos of the slippery substance that was on the floor that caused you to fall, to make sure that we know how big of an area it was that was covered by this liquid. Was it 2 or 3 drops of a liquid that are as big as a dime or a quarter? Or was it like a whole big drink had been spilled out, or someone dropped a water bottle and there's a whole water bottle worth of water that there is on the floor? So you need to take pictures of that and document it. Make sure you take lots of pictures, and that the pictures actually are in focus, and that they show what is on the floor and how big the area is that was wet or slippery or dangerous, or the torn carpet or the cords that are sticking up. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that your pictures clearly show it, and that you have enough pictures that it is easily identifiable what it was that caused your fall. Also, if you have your camera with you and you can take some video, and the video will be helpful, take video. Now, many times when you fall and you're injured, the paramedics and the security guards all show up at the same time, but you're typically with someone. If you physically are unable to collect and gather evidence regarding your fall, have the people that are with you do it. In the same manner, make sure that the people with you get witness information. Most of the time in Las Vegas, people are very helpful. And if you have fallen and you're injured, people will come up and ask if you're all right. And they'll say they saw what happened. And you can get their names and their telephone numbers and their email address. And also, the people with you, what they can do is take out their phones and get a recording of them and say, tell us what happened so that we can preserve this. Give us your name, your address, your phone number, and tell us what you saw. And then you can preserve all of that evidence for your claim so that you'll be able to support it when it is presented to the casino. The other thing that you will want to do is document what happened to your clothes. Are your clothes soaking wet? Again, if it is a large puddle of liquid that's down there, it's going to soak into your clothes. So have someone that's with you take pictures of your clothes to show exactly what it was, how big and how much liquid was absorbed into them. We talked briefly about the shoes. The casinos will always want to take pictures of your shoes. Here's the reason why. They are going to claim, as part of their excuses against you and in order to deny your claim, that you were wearing improper shoes, that your footwear was not proper, and that's what caused you to fall. Now, the funny thing about this is they don't have any signs on their doors or anywhere inside of the casino that says, don't come in here if you're wearing high heels or if you're wearing flip-flops or if you have old tennis shoes. They don't have any warnings. They don't prohibit anybody coming in. We know in Vegas that it's always hot, so most people are wearing flip-flops most of the year. Or if you're going out to a show, you could be wearing high heels. So the fact that you're wearing that type of footwear is not necessarily a defense, but they always use it for an excuse. So here's what you need to do. You need to take pictures of your shoes. You also need to keep those shoes. If you had a slip and fall at a Las Vegas hotel or casino, you need to keep those shoes. Get your shoes, put them in a plastic shopping bag, and tie a knot around them and put them on the shelf of your closet and give them to your lawyer. You're not going to be able to wear them anymore. They are now going to be evidence. And at some point in time, the lawyers for the casinos are going to ask for them, and you don't want to keep wearing them. I'm sorry to tell you this, but that pair of shoes is going to be out of commission until your claim is resolved or until your case is settled. So get those shoes, put them in a plastic bag, and put them away and don't wear them anymore. Also, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get immediate medical attention. A lot of times someone will fall, they think that I'm going to be all better, and then they get back to their room and they find out that they are really hurting. Or they wake up the next morning and they cannot get out of bed. You got to get to a quick care or an ER or somewhere to get checked out. You want to make sure that it is nothing that is extremely serious. You want to also establish the fact that you were injured, you were in pain, and it was caused by your fall at the casino. And then once you go home, you have to follow up with your regular family doctor. They may refer you to a chiropractor or physical therapy or an orthopedic surgeon, depending on the extent of your injuries. But you want to make sure that you get immediate and regular medical treatment relating to your slip and fall at the casino. The next thing you want to do is if you have injuries, whether there's bruises, if there's cuts, anything like that, you want to make sure that you take pictures of them so that you can document what your injuries are. If you've had to have surgery, then you want to take pictures of when you are in the ER and you're in the hospital and when you come out of surgery and all of the scars as your surgery heals. You want to make sure that you document everything so that that evidence is preserved and can be presented at the trial of this case if it cannot be settled. And the last thing that you want to do is you want to hire an attorney to represent you in the slip and fall case at a Las Vegas hotel or casino. Why do I say that? Couple of reasons. The first reason is no matter how clearly you believe that the casino is at fault for your fall, the vast majority of all claims are denied. They deny them because they are hoping that a certain percentages of them will automatically just go away because they have been denied. The other reason that you want to hire an attorney, and this is very important, is you have to realize not all lawyers are the same. Not all attorneys are created equal. Slip and fall cases at Las Vegas hotel and casinos are most always litigated. So you need to get an attorney who is a board certified trial attorney. You don't want a high volume settlement attorney. You need somebody that deals with these hotels and casinos on a regular basis, and if they can't settle the claim, that is willing and able to file a lawsuit and do the hard work that is necessary to adequately build a case with a solid foundation. Because if that's not done, your chances of being able to get a fair and full settlement for your injuries and damages is very small. The casinos fight these cases tooth and nail, and you have to have an attorney who has the experience of handling these type of cases to go out and dig for the information and force the attorneys to turn over the videos and give us the information that is necessary to build your case. Because the hard part about these cases is that the casinos have almost all of the information and evidence that we have to prove your case. And if you don't have an attorney that will stand up and take on these casinos and fight them to get that information, you will never get a settlement that fully and fairly compensates you for your injuries and damages. So you have to do your homework when you hire an attorney to represent you in your Las Vegas slip and fall case. I hope you found that this video gave you some useful information, that it told you what it is that you have to prove in order to have a valid claim and able to win your claim against the Las Vegas Hotel and Casino. If you found this to be of use and you believe that I have earned the honor of representing you, feel free to give me a call. I'd be glad to discuss your case with you and see what we can to help you. Also, you will notice from my website that I have a number of videos on various topics. I'm trying to put out as much information as I can so that you are able to evaluate whether you have a valid and legitimate claim or not, and so that you can understand what is going on in the legal process. If you or someone else could use this information, do me a favor. Give me a like on this video. Share it with somebody else, because we are trying to give everybody as much information as we can and trying to be as useful and as helpful if we can, or as we can. And as I said, if I can answer any questions for you, feel free to give me a call. I'd be glad to talk to you and see what I can do to help you. Thank you.